Well, I'm gonna try this again. Um, I'm making a video here, kind of explaining my perspective on, or my perspective on controlling, how I control on VATSIM and what I usually use, I couldn't think of what I was gonna say, like when I started my other recording, but I think I kind of have a good idea now. So I just want to put this out here that these are um, all my opinions, and you can use whatever you want to use. You can use your standard keyboard and mouse. You can use your laptop. Use whatever you want. This is just what I have used and what I've built over the last, few years, and I think it works great for me. But we'll pull it up here. Um, this video will also kind of be like uh, a kind of a way to kind of share setup here. I'll bring it because you can use whatever you want. So on my main display, you can see this. This is ERAM. So this is the en route radar automation node display, I think is what it's called, en route automation. Automation modernization, I don't know what it's called. That's a very interesting name. ERAM is the center scope, right? And you can set it up however you want, which is awesome. I have my altimeter setting list here. I usually have it here, but I moved it over just so I could, um, have some opportunity to look at the screen a little bit better. The controller list here, my message box, because I have just to clear out some extra dead space. Code box, I'm not too sure about yet. To be quite honest, it's there really, and I don't see the purpose of using it. My position, some of my boxes that are my tabs that I use, like position check on or the emergency checklist, I use occasionally. Usually the position check whenever someone's getting on. PAV or the vector, the minimum IFR altitude vector map for center. Just so I can get kind of a really good idea, especially if I'm vectoring someone off of a published route segment. You want to have this available just in case you're not violating any sort of safe altitudes. I have the weather station list up that we have specific at ZLC. This is all the available weather stations that you can have or you can reference. I try to use this as best I can, but sometimes I'll just I'll switch back and forth. Doesn't really matter. And ZLC maps also available with like extra maps. Toolbar is also available. I use it. Clock is also big. Um, I made the clock bigger just so I could see it better, especially if I'm doing non-towered stuff, which ZLC is notorious for having a lot of that. So, um, I have my message area, my response area. What else do I have? I move over my screen, my secondary monitor. It should look a little funny because it's a little bit smaller, but I have my Tracon views. So I have S56. If I go to that's one of my bookmarks. So I have the center display, the S56, and Salt Lake City ASD, um, which is one bookmark. And then if I control 2, which this actually should be the Boise ASD, which is a simulated SAID system, which is actually brand new. Control 2 for that. And then, control 3 for next facility, control 4 for the next, control 5, 6, 7, so forth. I like setting bookmarks. Um, I think it keeps me a bit organized, especially when it comes to amount of displays I need to be looking at when I'm controlling on the network, especially Salt Lake City and other centers that I work. It's a lot easier to work an oceanic position, especially one that doesn't require you to work any airports because all you're looking at is one display. So it's pretty simple, but it can get a bit complicated. Um, in terms of like equipment that I use, I'll just bring my camera out here. So I have a ERAM keyboard here, which I utilize. So we have a box here, right? We have another box here, another box here, another box here. It's custom made. I used a Cherry keyboard, and then I ordered the keycap separately from a person in VAT USA. And I was able to build this and program it, and so make sure that everything. So if I wanted to hit like an interim altitude, for example, I would just hit this key. Well, I actually clicked the scope. I would just hit the interim key, and I got that there, as you can see. So it's pretty cool. It's the same things with the stars display as well. I have a stars keyboard. Quite useful. I just built this thing. And I mean, it does a lot. You can init control, see, I see, clear that out. Type, bullshit, doc, type doc, enter. Not connected because I'm not connected, and that doesn't correlate to anything. But I use that, the extra F8 or BCB controls, I also have this sitting kind of here, just so I know that this is the tower Tracon specific area, and that this is stars stuff, right? And then whenever I'm working center, my main keyboard is here, right? So I like using that. I can get this set up again. Okay. Awesome. I do utilize a star set piece occasionally. Such a mess in this room. Which I have here, and it's nice. I think the audio quality for it is nice, but I actually don't like to use the Starset earpieces that much. I think they're uncomfortable, especially for someone with glasses. I know specifically that there's clips for glasses, and to be honest, I had one and I tried it and it didn't work for my glasses because I had such a small frame. I'm probably get another one and try again if I can. Um, but I actually don't like it. I like using wireless headphones, especially with Pilot Edge, because you can, if you need to get up and step away real quickly, use the bathroom or get a cup of water, you can still hear the pilots in your ears whilst you walk away. Um, so I just use either I have the HyperX Cloud 2 Alpha, or I have the Corsair Void that's just sitting on my floor because my room's a freaking mess. Um, And that's pretty much all for equipment. I do have Stream Decks, but they don't actually do anything in terms of VATSIM wise. They're really just for audio controls and for 5M when I play. Um, that's really the equipment. I would just say like it's up to you. You don't need to have this fancy keyboard and really be using all this fancy equipment that I have. I was just lucky enough to have some stuff, and really sick. I do have a third display, and that third display, I'm sure you saw it, goes to the virtual TDLS system, which is our PD system. Upstream deck here, pedals correctly set. I do use a pedal um, or ATC whenever I'm controlling. And it'll activate. Hi everyone online. And cross couple, just so everybody can hear each other. Activate. Now what I'm doing on the side, you won't be able to see my stars displays, but I am actively moving or activating auto tracks and or activating the displays and then setting up auto tracks, which it needs to be done every time I connect. Fortunately, there isn't like a alias command that ZLC has that we can use to you know, just type like, for example, Denver has, I couldn't think of the word at the time, of course. I'm going to do a lot of that today. Um, it's, you don't have a shortcut for that. Like if you wanted all the S56 airports auto-tagged, um, you would just, you would auto-tag the, Jesus, I'm terrible at speaking, but I'm trying to get a point across. What was I trying to say? Third time's the charm. We don't have a special like shortcut to auto track all the airports, so it's just manual typing in the airports. Let's see. Like internally, you guys won't be able to hear it, but I'm just gonna make sure my CRC audio also works. All right, perfect. When I first connect up, I depending on how many airplanes are in the airspace, I'll send contact names to everybody. I'll do like a group of 2 or 3 first, and then I'll move on. This guy's landing. Probably leave him alone there.
Salt Lake Center, TWA 755 at Jackson Hole, IFR 2 Vegas.
TWA 755, Salt Lake Center, Roger, standby. Probably gonna have a...
Salt Lake Center, hello, November 3826 Kilo, Falville 400.
So I'm gonna control shift him. Actually, no. I have 2 options. Why does that look like that? I don't know why it looks like that.
Salt Lake Center, November 3826 Kilo.
November 3826 Kilo, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. I didn't realize my font wasn't correctly set there. I usually have it a step lower. TWA 755, clear to the Las Vegas airport, Alpine for departure, Kickney, then Asphalt. Flying via SID, accept maintain 15,000, squawk 4024.
TWA 755, clear to Vegas, about the Alpine 4 departure, Kickney transition, will climb and maintain 15,000, squawk 4024.
TWA 755, verify it's climb via SID, accept maintain 15,000.
Climb via SID, accept maintain 15,000.
November 2826 Kilo, descend at POTS discretion, maintain flight level 240. Port leaving flight level 400.
Pilot's discretion to Falville 240, and after heed, do you want us to just proceed direct to the airport for 3826 Kilo?
Affirmative.
Alright.
So what I was saying is I can either F3 click,
Salt Lake Center, Delta 740 with you about 32 miles east of Miles
or
City.
I can just control shift the target like that. And the reason we do that is mainly because we assume that every sector is online regardless if they're offline, right? Like they're still not talking ATC, but they're squawking the assigned code by 8V auto ATC. The VNAS assigns, then they're technically already established in the national airspace system virtually. Oh, 740 Salt Lake Center, recycle your transponder, squawk 1512. So in this case, this guy's
1512 in the box for Delta
squawking
740.
2000. So he
Salt Lake
is
City, King Air 512 Whiskey Echo, checking in flight level 240 with him.
512 Whiskey Echo, Salt Lake Center, radar contact, hello. So he's squawking the right code, so I can just control shuts, radar contact. He's squawking the right code, so technically that is a form of radar identification. 740 radar contact 27 miles northeast of Miles City, beware.
So like center Delta 1158 Heavy is flight level 370, 13 miles southwest of Milford.
That's actually a form of ID. I'm just gonna have him recycle. Delta 1158 radar contact, position as reported, recycle trip spotter, squawk 0640.
0640 Delta 1158.
That's a form of identification because he's
Good
using the
evening, Salt Lake
primary.
City Center, November 117 with you.
November 117 November Salt Lake Center. Just to verify you're established an approach procedure right now at Cedar City and landing.
Affirmative, sir. We're VFR right now.
70 November, Roger. I indicated IFR flight plan, and I don't indicate a 1200 beacon on your aircraft on the radar return at the moment. You can squawk VFR and frequency changes approved. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, thank you so much.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. This is a good example too. Just a lot of times I hear controllers, they get really flustered because a person may be doing something strange where they're on an IFR flight plan and they are landing at an airport on an IFR flight plan, but they weren't previously talking to anybody and they said that they're VFR. I have a customer service view to it, and I don't like to. And this should go for every air traffic controller. I don't like to yell at the pilot for that. That's unnecessary. It's so chill that it's just you don't need to be over the top with the pilot.
Salt Lake
Especially
Center,
something
hello,
minute.
Delta 2023, flight level 340, Cherokee.
Delta 2023, Salt Lake Center radar contact. It's just the issue is he is a tactically he is not squawking VFR. And I noticed that because radar return is filtering with the call sign, meaning he's not squawking VFR. If he was squawking VFR, he would return something like this, MCI with just an I-106 for IFR and that. The reason it doesn't show up as a V is because the computer doesn't for some reason recognize the 1200 squawk like it needs to be assigned, I believe is what the issue is, and it doesn't really recognize anyone else if it's not assigned. So it's more or less kind of just a bit of a caveat there, but with some time and understanding that there are some VATSIMisms that we can't break, unfortunately, that's just one of them. You kind of learn that that's just someone that's squawking VFR. So this is an aircraft that, and we can also check VATSIM radar as well. You look at his target here on the display. VATSIM radar indicates he is squawking 5777, and he is not squawking VFR. So that's why he's showing up like that, which no worries. There is an LOA, though, with Los Angeles, which will get LOA LAX. Go up here. So everyone to St. George, boundary at or below 16,000. We'll look at his route. Kilo Uniform 51 Quebec, which is a waypoint, then he's 512 Whiskey Echo, cross Pete, sat maintain 16,000, the Cedar City altimeter 3006.
All right, King Air 512 Whiskey Echo. We'll go ahead and cross Pete's at 16,000 and copy altimeter is .06. Thanks.
South Lake Center, TWA 755 at Jackson Hole, ready for taxi.
Something I should have done is check the ATIS and get the ATISes set up. Calling for taxi, standby. I'm not even going to reference the reward conditions. I'm just going to look at what I have currently, which is a north flow. Boise is east. Good. VMC East. Then Bozeman is also VMC East. And then Jackson, I put the ATIS down, and I'll mark that as VMC South. Although it is overcast 3,500, and maybe we'll get a pi rep. It sounds like the conditions are just above the airport surface and potentially scattering the visibility may be less than what I'm thinking it is, because it is 10 statute miles, but you never know. Well, for Jackson, I will go right next display here. TWA 755, runway 19, taxi V Alpha, information Alpha current.
Alright, we got Alpha, taxiing to runway 19 via Alpha, TWA 755.
So like I was saying, I have a big customer view or customer service view. Like I will genuinely, if someone says request, I will genuinely respond, aircraft, how can I help you? Like something like that, just so it sounds professional and that I'm here to help them, and not to be like, okay, go ahead. Should not be playing with that shit. But yeah,
And center November 326 kilos departing viable 400.
November 326 kilo, Roger. So this aircraft is going to, hello, he's in a Challenger. So an aircraft like this, even though it's a towered facility, I like to pull up that charts, Pocatello for the airport, and see if there's any instrument requests that the pilot wants to fly. I don't mind authorizing something like that. So, I also type the in-scope reference command, so Salt Lake City Airport ID Carter, which is the arrival, and then phase of flight, which is center. So since we're north ops, it'll be Carter at flight level 190. Delta 2023, cross Carter at maintain flight level 190, Salt Lake landing north.
On the final approach, runway 20.
Calling on final, say again.
My apologies. Wrong frequency. Sorry.
Delta 2023, cross Carter at maintain flight level 190, Salt Lake landing north.
Cross Carter at flight level 190, Salt Lake North, 2023.
I'm a little bit sparing too about contact me's. I give the pilot a chance to, but when I get busy and I want more traffic, I tend to just contact me at the boundary. They should, if you can, try and call a little bit early too. Like that's the best time to call, honestly. I did send a contact me that these two, but they didn't respond. I can actually wallop them, but I'm gonna choose not to. I would just make sure that if ATC gives you a contact me, you respond to it. The rules very clearly state you need to monitor your connection and respond with all ATC instructions to the best of your ability. And not that it's a serious like crime, like you're felony, you're going to jail forever. Like no,
Salt
it's
Lake, TWA 755, runway 19, ready for departure.
TWA 755, runway 19, clear for takeoff, wind 190.6.
TWA 755, clear for takeoff.
Start a track over the airport with a call sign. I just think that you should be paying attention, that's all. And be careful because I would say there are other controllers who are pretty decent stigglers about that and will wallop you if you don't respond. So American, the 3260. He's arriving Salt Lake. For the pilots too, with crossing restrictions, I just noticed it. If you're given a
Salt Lake
crossing
Center,
restriction,
American 3157 with you at flight level 260.
American 3157, Salt Lake City, Roger. It's not a descend and maintain clearance. I mean, technically you can descend straight to the altitude and cross the fix. It's just, it's a little improper, I would say. I would recommend just sending or crossing the waypoint. If you need to descend before that, try and do the math. And if you need to descend like now, just let ATC know, just so we're aware. Because if you're at below a certain altitude, altitude really changes like how fast you go. So if you're in like a busy sequence, and you're like number 3 at a line of 7, and I'm trying to sequence you need to send straight to the altitude, and I give you like Mach 7.8 to maintain. Go below like flight level 200, Mach 7.8 isn't going to matter. You're going to be at a knot speed, which in my case, I need to assign an airspeed because you hit a transition altitude. Transition point for the speed. But, yeah, really, it's just the biggest thing too, I think, is communication. Just make sure we're all communicating and, you know, being cool with each other. You know, that's an important thing. Let's see. 326 kilo, descend and maintain 16,000, the Pocatello, altimeter 3013. Advise the weather NUDMs aboard and report an approach request.
Down to 16,000, and we'll pick up the weather and we'll get you an approach request November 3826 kilo.
This should be a temporary altitude. I'm just so used to typing procedure altitudes, but it's honestly the same thing. I have a feeling he'll want the ILS 21. That starts directly from Pocatello VOR. Although he's direct the airport. Went to...
755 airborne climbing out of 10,000.
TWA 755, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Combat maintain flight level 340.
Calling maintain flight level 340 TWA 755.
Okay, you notice that he's slightly left, of course. Pull up the chart. Shouldn't be turning left like that. He should be joining the 1902 radial outbound.
And center, November 3826 kilo. We can either do the visual or the ILS for runway 21.
3826 kilo, expect a visual approach runway 21. That'll maintain 1000.
Down to 1000, and we'll expect the visual runway 21, November 3826 kilo.
Slow. American 3157, cross Spain at and maintain 15,000. Landing north, the Salt Lake City altimeter 3010.
All right, cross Spain at 15,000, 3010 for the altimeter, American 3157.
You'll see me hit my outs or my home or my Windows key to tab out. I redo that just because I kind of a snob. Say when I control, it's just a way to tab out. You can alt tab or whatever. I like doing that. So remember, personal preference. I mean, you can do what you want as long as you follow the rules. You know, point 65 was created to kind of show you guys or show controllers the ropes of controlling, explain how to do your job, and SOPs as well for VATSIM. Hi, kitty cat. But yeah, like I was saying before, just a big customer service presence. Um, nothing scary. I used to be that way where I would just constantly get on pilots for just littlest of mistakes and try to correct them, and with like a very nasty tone. And well, it didn't work out for me. Uh, not only did I get multiple amounts of feedback saying that I was a douchebag, I also had to meet with that USA staff explaining what the fuck I was doing essentially. So I should have never treated pilots like that. You know, it's a team effort. We're here to support the pilots. You know, that's what ATC is here for. We're here to have fun and enjoy. Um, anyways, we'll go look at the airport. November 26 Kilo Airport's 12 o'clock and approximately 28 miles from port in sight.
We got some clouds ahead of us, but we'll report the field insight once we have it. November 3826 Kilo.
There's a chance that it may be too high for the procedure, and you may miss the airport because of that. So we'll just keep that in mind. If not, we'll just give them a 180 vector all the way around a right turn, most likely. Like I was saying, we use the TAV map or the MIA to look at the altitudes and just make sure we're giving a good altitude. 10,800. It's good there. It's going to overfly the airport. November 26 Kilo, flight present heading. You can expect a vector north of the airport and then expect a southbound turn.
Fly present heading, and we'll expect a northbound vector before a southbound turn, November 3826 Kilo.
Yeah, I could already kind of tell he's going to be too high. So I kind of just said I'm going to take over and I'm going to self. I'm going to quickly step.
So I'd like TWA 755, can we step out for 5 minutes?
It's not on the procedure. TWA 755, it looks like you're left of course, same intentions.
Say again?
TWA 755, it appears you are left of course, same intentions.
We are heading directly to Foxtrot uniform.
Okay, just to verify, is your airplane equipped with an FMC?
Negative, we're using Civa INS.
TWA 755 Roger. In that case, you are not a slant limit aircraft when you're following an equipment suffix. You only have an RNAV system with the input satellite coordinates, so it's should be slant Zulu for the future. Additionally, it looks like you were left of course the entire departure procedure. Just make sure that if you're unable to fly the procedure, you advise ATC as soon as possible. F9 code.
Roger.
Or Z, that's what it was. What's the CID? 970. Did I type that correct? Let's see. I did. TWA 755, you can step away. That is approved as requested and advise when you're back, please.
Alright, we'll report back. And one other thing, you said we shouldn't use the suffix when planning with Civa INS?
I'll send you a private message.
Alright, thank you.
Salt Lake City Control, good afternoon, speedboat 3 X-ray Super with you, flight level 350.
3 X-ray Salt Lake Center, hello. Recycle your transponder, please. Verify squawking 3613.
Squawking 3613 up within the box, no control was active at San Francisco on departure.
Have a 2 Whiskey Echo, Los Angeles Center offline, frequency changes appeared, we'll see ya.
Alright, sound like that was for 2 Whiskey Echo.
Have a 2 Whiskey Echo, A-firm, frequency change approved. Have a great day.
Alright, frequency change 122.8. You guys have a great day. 512 Whiskey Echo.
Speaker 3 X-ray, you got stepped on there. Okay, radar contacts now 70 miles southwest of Wild Horse VOR. Just be advised, if you ever depart a U.S. airport or U.S. controlled airport, there will be an auto ATC message with a beacon code you should squawk if there is never ATC on. And you should squawk that beacon code for radar identification purposes.
If I was unaware, I was only able to get the CTAF online, I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Speedboat 3 X-ray Super.
No problem. November, trait 26 kilo, descend and maintain 9,000.
9,000, 3826 kilo.
Salt Lake Center, hello, JetBlue 612, flight level 340, inbound Mike Lima Sierra.
JetBlue 712, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. This aircraft is descending. Eight, 9 miles north. Wanted some info about it. I can just do 4,452 feet. So I'm gonna wait for him to get to 9,000. Descending. Turned. He is moving over to the Tracon. Look over here, and we will observe him on the display, and we'll pretend Tracon. American 3157, Salt Lake City approach, Salt Lake altimeter 3010. Information Alpha current. Descend via the Jazz 1 arrival, expect runway 348.
Alright, expect 34 right, Jazz 1 arrival for Salt Lake City, 3010 on the altimeter, American 3157.
Cherry Cat's making an appearance. Sometimes I pick her up on the stream and I showcase her. Kind of fun sometimes, you know. She's bothering me because she wants attention, which is okay. She's a kitty cat. The only kitty cat in the house, too. Cat. 3826 kilo, right turn, correction, turn right's heading 180.
Right heading 180, November 3826 kilo.
Shit. I'm gonna... I like to move around my tags a lot. I'm a bit of a narc about that. They have to be my own way. It's kind of the OCD that kind of locks in, you know. I'm very particular about it because I'd like to see everything. Even though I have a ultra wide monitor that I use here, it's still not big enough to display a lot of things at once. So it's just making sure that you can zoom in when you need to and you know, zoom out. So we got another aircraft. This guy here specifically also had a different altitude climb to. A lot of pilots on VATSIM will do step climbs. Now, a lot of times I'll have pilots that'll step climb without ATC permission when they're actually talking to ATC. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, come on, you're talking to the controller. Get permission first. You know, can't just do whatever you want.
Salt Lake Center, Skyways 4041, flight level 280.
Skywest 4041, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Trade 26 here, port 12 o'clock, 10 miles, report site.
We'll look, but we still got clouds below us. We might be able to see it if we can get down to 7,000 3826 kilo.
All right, trade 26 kilo. I don't have a whole lot of room to work with at that altitude, unfortunately. Go ahead and start a right turn for me, please, heading 270.
Right turn heading 270, and we can just fly the ILS if that's easier. 26 kilo.
But I'm going to assign because this is kind of getting out of hand. Have I retrieved 26 kilo? Expect ILS runway 21 approach from Bars. Expect the procedure turn.
Expect the ILS-21 from Bars, and we'll expect the procedure turn November 3826 kilo. Sorry about that.
Worries, man. American 3157 at Spain, cleared runway 34 right approach.
Clear for runway 34 right approach. American 3157.
I'm sorry, I said the incorrect intersection. At Jazz, cleared runway 34 right approach.
All right, at Jazz, clear for 34 right approach. 3157.
This is currently at 280. They filed 200. Next step. Came from Casper. Okay, so they must have gone higher while I was off, not talking to anybody. Sun Country, not spawned. See, this is a good example. This is another VFR target that's popping around. Trade 26 kilo, turn right direct Bars.
Right direct Bars, November 3826 kilo.
Wait a second. I don't understand if this is a procedure turn or not. This might be interesting. I'm always learning something. Yeah, that actually is. Okay. It's just an intermediate fix, and I have to tell the pilot that that's where he's going to start from with the procedure turn. Unless I'm misreading the chart. Still good on the altitude. If I'm a descent to like 8,500. Trade 26 kilo cross Bars at above 8,500 at Bars, cleared ILS runway 21 approach.
Pass Bars at or above 8,500 at Bars 21 approach, November 3826 kilo.
That's a 2023 Salt Lake City approach, Salt Lake City altimeter 3010, information alpha. Send via the Carter 1 arrival, expect RNAV Zulu, runway 34 left approach from Sarup.
Alright, expect the RNAV Zulu 34, was that left?
Affirm, and verify descend via the Carter 1 arrival.
And descend by the Carter 1 arrival for Delta 2023, we got information alpha.
Really hurt my finger, it's like a nail or something. What can I do you for, Miss Churchill Cat? Where? This is a case where I'd probably wallop a pilot. I mean, I gave him a contact me and he's ignoring me. We're ignoring it. So I probably need to do this. When did I send it? 34, it's 21:38. Oh, that was only 4 minutes ago. Okay. Give him a little bit of a break. And I don't think he's going to go right.
And Salt Lake, Alaska 2786, checking in 45 north of the Wild Horse VOR, flight level 330.
Alaska 2786, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. JetBlue 612, descend via the Pauda 2 arrival, landing east, Bozeman, altimeter 3002.
JetBlue 612 descending via the Powder 2 arrival and landing east. Can you repeat that altimeter of JetBlue 612?
JetBlue 612, the Bozeman, altimeter 3002.
3002 JetBlue 612, thanks.
Skyways 4041, clear direct Scott, SKOTT.
Direct Scott, SKOTT, Skyways 4041.
Oh, he's going to Great Falls, misread. So that actually, I thought he was going to Glacier Park. In that case, I'm just going to send him to Great Falls VOR. Skyways 4041, correction. Clear direct Great Falls Airport.
Direct to Great Falls Airport, Skyways 4041.
Yeah. I pull up Minneapolis Center and just send him direct. I don't care. I don't want him on a Victor Airway. Victor Airway is a low-out airway, so that's technically not allowed. Unless ATC is like, whatever. But I shouldn't. I don't like doing that.
4041. Is that via the Pashkin transition?
Skyways 4041 negative. Clear direct the Great Falls Airport, so just direct the field.
Direct to the airfield, Skyways 4041.
American 3157, wind 3006, runway 34 right, clear to Wentz.
Clear to land 57.
A TWA should have been calling back here in the next 5-ish minutes here. 2140 is when I typed it. I think type it, but I kind of made a mental note in my head. You'll notice that I gave American 3157 a approach clearance via runway 34 right, cleared runway 34 right approach. I didn't specify the instrument. I can do that. I can say cleared approach, or I can say cleared runway approach, just to say give essentially pilot's choice at that point, because I could care less. Same profile, same crap, you know. A biggest thing though as well that I'm looking at is these guys. These might be a conflict. So if we seems plausible to expect that, but you know. T6 Kilo, just let me know when you're inbound on the procedure turn.
We'll do 26 kilo.
And Delta 2023 at Syrup, cleared RNAV Zulu runway 34 left approach.
Cleared RNAV Zulu 34 left approach from Syrup for Delta 2023.
Yeah, so I have a very customer service feel. I don't need to. That's not my job. I'm not here to yell at people. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to talk to airplanes and you know be educational too. You'll notice that with this PWA guy, I sent him a private message about his equipment suffix and sent him a link. I did that on purpose because we should be also, if we have the time, try and educate pilots, especially if we're working something that isn't a center position. I truly believe that it's super unreadable. Say again?
TWA 755 is back.
Roger. We should be educating.
Delta 1158, looking for 5 out of cockpit.
Where's he at? Delta 1158, that is approach. Report ready back.
Okay, Delta 1158.
Other symbol, AFK 2180. Oh, 740's coasting. Delta 740, radar contact lost.
And center November 326 Kilo is established inbound.
November 326 Kilo, runway 21, cleared to land. The wind, it'll pull up here. Probably stepped on me. November 326 Kilo, runway 21, clear to land, wind calm.
Runway 21, clear to land, November 326 Kilo.
Then I will, whenever I clear them, we have a towered field that's controlled by the center, I'll usually just data block 0 them so they actually hide up a little bit smaller and different. I can't wait for EDX.
Salt Lake City Center, good day, FedEx 3702, currently 300 and 41 miles from Hanksville, VR.
FedEx 3702, Salt Lake Center, radar contact hello. Delta 2023, did I give you an approach clearance?
Yes, from Syrup.
Rebirth 3 X-ray, contact Seattle Center 135.45. Have a great Easter night.
135.45, Seabird 3 X-ray. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
I was minimum separation there just to make sure that if I notice it again, I'll sign it. Step away, I'm gonna get a water. So now that I'm back here paying attention, one of the things I noticed too, a lot of controllers do. American 3157, taxi to parking via hotel, remain this frequency. Have a great yesterday.
Parking via hotel, remain this frequency. You guys have a good day as well. American 3157.
Biggest thing I noticed too is a lot of pilots or controllers, I should say, like to use altitude, their method of ID, is instead of just checking the altitude of the pilot, they say altitude leaving appears to be 1,500. And I that's not wrong, but it's not necessarily right. Because there's no requirement for a controller to read that out over the radio, just to confirm the altitude of the pilot. Sorry, excuse me. The only requirement is, like I said, confirm the altitude of the pilot. So radar contact, verify present altitude, or verify altitude leaving. And that's it. And it needs to be within plus or minus 300 feet. And it can, if it's not correct and you give them the new altimeter, verify altitude, the bajazz, but you can't use it as a method identification. You only have 6 methods ID, 3 for primary returns and 3 for secondary, which you'll probably be looking at secondary returns half of the time. So it's going to be a lot of idents, a lot of transponder codes, and standby squawk altitude. But then I don't issue that a whole lot. I have done some primary methods of ID. I've done a vector for ID.
Delta 1158's back in the cockpit.
Thank you. Where you'll give, I believe it's anything greater than a, I want to say a...
Solid, good afternoon. Pacific 1385, flight level 350.
Pacific 1385, Salt Lake Center, good afternoon. Anything greater than a 45-degree turn is a good number for a vector for turn, or a turn for ID. So you'll actually tell the pilot, November 12345, this will be a vector for radar identification. Turn left, or turn 60 degrees left, or turn 45 degrees. That'll look like something like this. See the airport. Left spot.
City Center, November 55829, are at West Yellowstone, requesting IFR clearance up to Bozeman. Should have it on file.
November 55829, Salt Lake Center, standby.
Salt Lake
Roger
Center,
that.
hello, it's Air Canada 115 checking in, just passing Grand Forks in the northeast quadrant. Good afternoon.
Canada 115, Salt Lake Center, just verify squawking 5607.
5607 in the box.
Landed. Notice he's also identing. You can see the lines over him. Air Canada 115, radar contact, 59 miles southwest Dickinson VUR, excuse me. Just be advised, ident is not required unless advised by ATC.
Yeah, I actually didn't mean to click the ident button. That was a slip of the scroll wheel. I apologize.
Hey, you're good, man. 3826 Kilo Alpha to parking, remain this frequency. Have a great day.
Alpha to parking, remain this frequency, November 3826 Kilo. Thank you. See ya.
Okay. So now we need to check the MVA. Sky vector. He's at West Yellowstone. He's got to spin. Taking Victor 365. Section Livingston. 20,000 is appropriate altitude. I honestly would be concerned that he's not at a safe altitude. It's the November 55829. Are you able to accept 1-4000 for MIA?
14000 is, yep, that's fine. 829.
November 55829 is cleared from West Yellowstone Airport to Bozeman Airport as filed. 1-4000. Departure frequency 125.57. Squawk 5 tree 12. Hold for release.
Could you say again the squawk code, 829?
829 squawk 5 tree 12. And standby, please. Delta 2023, runway 34 left, clear to land, wind 3006.
Clear to land, 34 left, Delta 2023.
And 829 go with the readback.
Clear to Bozeman as filed, altitude 14000, departure frequency 575, and squawk 5312. 829.
November 55829, roger. Readback correct. Hold for release, report ready.
Hold for release, 7 report when ready, 829.
JetBlue 612, when do you start descending?
JetBlue 612, we are planning to start descent in about 40 miles, but we can start now if it's better for you.
JetBlue 612, no worries. Just making sure.
Roger.
Kind of catches me at guard when they say we could stop, because then I gotta explain, no, you're good, keep going. I just don't really know what to say. I appreciate the gesture. It's kind of, like, oh, no, I gave you the control instructions, I'm gonna message him and ask him if he'd be far. See, the reason why I don't like this is because I'm thinking he's operating IFR. He's not squawking VFR. So they need to be, you should squawk VFR if you're operating VFR.
Salt Lake Center, number 559, just to clarify, do you control this airport here, or am I clear to taxi onto the runway?
55829, West Yellowstone does not have a tower at the airport, so I'm responsible for any sort of airborne IFR operations and issuing IFR clearances off the ground and releasing people off the airport. I can't authorize any sort of taxing. That'll be at your own risk. You'll need to advise ATC once you're ready for departure short of the runway so we can get your release time and get you airborne.
Yeah, well, I understood you correctly. Thank you for clarification. Number 559.
Salt Lake Center, November 6154 Whiskey. We're operating out of, where is this? Northern Yellowstone. We're flying VFR, just letting you know. We're squawk ident 1200. If you want to squawk something else, let us know.
Yeah, 6154 Whiskey. Just make sure that you're squawking VFR. If you don't squawk VFR, that'll look like you're returning as an IFR aircraft on the ATC display. So I appreciate that. Thank you. We don't have ADST, so we don't know that too. Because with ADST you can see the inbound and outbound flights as well, which is awesome before they even get there. Delta 2033, Bravo to parking. Remain this frequency. We'll see ya.
Bravo to Parker, Delta 2023, seal.
Actually cut through Denver, so technically that would be a point out if center was up, but not. LA got online. So I have LA and then there's Seattle next to me and then Edmonton up here. He also could have just responded to the private message that I sent him. I wasn't trying to call him out on the radio. As much as I like education, I like to keep it private because I don't want to upset pilots. That's just not my.
Salt Lake, Alaska 2786, request to step up to flight level 350.
Alaska 2786, radar climb maintained, flight level 350, that'll be your final.
350, Alaska 2786, thanks.
That out. Airways 4041, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain, flight level 200, report leaving flight level 280.
Descend at discretion, 270 and report 280, Sky 44.
Airways 4041, flight level 200 at your discretion, and then report leaving flight level 280.
Apologies, 200 and we'll report when we're leaving 280.
See if he'll know this instruction. Likely not. TWA 755. What is your next waypoint that you're navigating to? I think he's just slightly off course. I don't know if it's just me. I don't want to hassle the guy, but he's not really flying his plane correctly. TWA 755, Salt Lake Center. How do you hear? Do this to just get attention. TWA 755, Salt Lake Center. How do you hear? Need to get in contact with him. Looks like he missed Fairfield. I want to take a look at his route on radar. He completely missed it. That's 11:58. Have traffic 12 o'clock in 20 miles opposite direction, flight level 380 level. Unknown type. I'm not talking to them.
Delta 1158, we're looking.
Salt Lake TWA 755, radio check.
TWA 755, 5x5. How do you hear?
5x5, there you go. Now I can hear you. What's going on? You said alert?
TWA 755, it appears you were left of Fairfield when you reached it, and now it appears you are left of Jet 9 Airway, and left of course of Milford. Same intentions.
It looks like I'm heading towards Mike Lima Foxtrot. Let me check my chart to see if I put the right coordinates.
Yeah, no big deal if you're having just some course like offset issues. I just will say it's a little bit more than 10 miles. It looks like where you're offset. Usually it's about you give a little bit of leeway about up to 5 miles, I want to say. So just if you need some course corrections or if you need to change to the Blade Star and just fly it with VOR navigation, that's fine. I can assign that.
Yeah, I'm looking at my charts and I put the correct coordinates and I'm not familiar with VOR navigation, so I don't know. I think we'll just continue for what we're doing right now.
TWA 755, cross 35 miles south of Milford Vortac at flight level 320. Knows that.
Cross Milford, flight level 320, TWA 755.
TWA 755 negative, cross 35 miles south of Milford at flight level 320.
35 miles south of Milford at level 320.
Salt Lake City, good afternoon. It's the good to 8 Kilo Heavy with you.
River 28 Kilo, Salt Lake Center, recycle transponder, squawk 3120, confirm present altitude.
It's 8 Kilo Heavy, level 380.
Select Center, Skywest 4041, top of descent, descending 200 from 280.
River 28 Kilo, radar contact 32 miles northeast of Boysen Reservoir, VOR. No need to, no need to ident if you're not instructed to.
Delta 2936 2 East taxi with Alpha.
Delta 2936, Salt Lake Center, runway 34 right, taxi via hotel.
Hotel 34 right, Delta 2936.
Skywest 4041, descending 200 from 280.
Thank you. Shit. Let's type that.
And Delta 2936, just curious, are y'all using CPDLC yet?
No, we are not, unfortunately.
That's, I guess that's just more of a Europe thing, is that nobody in the U.S. is doing that yet, really?
I think that it's something that they want to work on, but it's something that they don't want to work on quite yet. I know Europe and a lot of places on the other part of the world will definitely use it with the Top Sky plugin for Euroscope.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Thanks.
It's light years better.
RAM for life, man. Skyways 4041 to set and maintain 12000. The Great Falls altimeter 2992.
Say again for Skyways 4041.
Skyways 4041 to set and maintain 12000. Great Falls altimeter 2992.
12000 and 2992, Skyways 4041. So, like saying, Skyways 44. Can I confirm that we are the RNAV at Zulu 21 for Great Falls?
Yeah, by with request. Plus 612, Big Sky approach, Bozeman altimeter 3000. Information Bravo current, expect ILS Zulu runway 12 approach from Picto.
Bozeman altimeter 3000, expecting ILS Zulu runway 12, information Bravo and ILS from Kitco.
Delta 2936 after departure, fly heading 340, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, heading 340, Delta 2936.
AWA 755, contact Los Angeles Center 127 point, correction, 126.52, we'll see ya.
652 TWA 755, bye-bye.
And Delta 1156, can we get the early switch to advisory? We're going to disconnect here soon.
Delta 1158, frequency change approved, have a great day.
You as well, have a good one, Delta 1158.
We have a target departing Salt Lake City. I wanted the RNAV Zulu 21. Skyways 4041, what was your request?
Apologies, just confirming that I'm going into the RNAV Zulu 21.
Skyways 4041, advise the weather and NOTAMs on board, you can expect that. Where would you like to start the procedure from?
I put it in from Kudi, but actually, Kudi, I'll put it in.
I might have a brain of a peanut, but I actually can't find, oh, I see, Cutie. It's the funnel approach fix. I can't start you there, unfortunately. Are you looking for a vector to funnel there, sir, or would you like to start it from an initial approach fix?
Actually, I'll go back to the original plan with Pushkin, if that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Skyways 4041, you can expect that.
Many thanks, Skyways 44.
Oof. Show you what I'm just looking at here. 173 is going to inch on. Oh, that actually looked bad at first, but it's because he's The transatlantic flight. I didn't know they went to Incheon from Salt Lake. I think that's like a new flight that they started real life. Delta 2936, radar contact. Verify present altitude.
Delta 2936, leaving 6200.
2936, radar. Climb and maintain, flight 230, and resume normal speed. I typed it.
Normal speed of the flight 230, Delta
I haven't used
2936.
my stars keyboard. I'm neglecting it. Stop this, ERAM. I gotta use my stars keyboard. Let's see, how long have we been recording? An hour now? Then maybe. I thought I'd just record a bit of a longer video, but mainly just an uncut version of me just controlling and just, you know, kind of explaining what I'm doing, what my thought process is. Like JetBlue is next to initial approach fix for the star, so I'm just gonna JetBlue 612 at Kikto, cleared ILS to the runway 12, approach report, established ILS.
From Kitco, cleared ILS, Zulu, runway 12, report establish JetBlue 612.
Delta 2936, clear direct spine.
Direct Stein, Delta 2936.
Salt Lake Center, November 5529 are at West Yellowstone. I'm ready for takeoff.
November 55829, release for departure. Clearance void if not up by 2215 Zulu. If not up by 2215 Zulu, advise intentions within 2218 Zulu. The time is now 2210 Zulu. Frequency changes approved.
Where's that? Frequency change approved. 5559.
Mark in there. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even type that. There we go. That's a good way to type it. I think it's because I went over 8 characters, most likely. Just because he's in airspace. I actually appeared to point out. Skyways 4041, it looks like you're flying direct pushkin. Just be advised, you're previously assigned direct Great Falls Airport. The only time you can proceed direct to fix is if you're given the instruction to proceed direct. If you're given expect, you can expect it.
Okay, many thanks. Apologies for that. I just went back to the original plan. Okay, continue direct Pushkin, confirm?
That's fine. Skyways 4041, just for, keep going to Pushkin and descend to maintain now 10,000.
10,000. Thanks for your accommodation.
This is with ERAM, or stop the ERAM keyboard. I gotta. Still getting used to it. Like I said, this keyboard's new. I like it. I just I really have to get used to just moving over. I'm getting a Kensington trackball mouse tomorrow morning. I'm gonna use for work purposes. Ice Cube. (2936), climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb maintain 370, Delta 2936.
Challenger. Altitude do we want to put airplanes? 5,100 is altitude segment. It's a decent.
9000, Skyways 4041.
And good day, this is Junction 79er, kilometer 5034, sir. Squawk 0347, Junction 79er, kilo.
Five thousand 350, Skyways 4041.
Salt Lake Center, American 1973, flight level 390.
Good afternoon, Salt Lake City Center. Moody November 48, Mike, Quebec, on the ground, Jocelyn Field, request. Yes, sir. I'm taxi to one-way 30 for VFR departure to the northwest. Final stop, Boise. And I'd like to request flight following if that's possible. Wait, Mike, Quebec. Sure. I can get runway 8 via Alpha 5. Taxi Alpha, cross runway 30 to Alpha 5. Wait, Mike, Quebec. Runway 8. Roger.
Salt Lake City is Stefan 230 due flight level 370.
Salt Lake Center, November 55829 or at 10,800. Salt Lake Center, can you say again? I think we stepped on each other. Number 3000, thank you. Number 559.
Direct push gain and Skyways 4041.
Cosfinci. Roger, copy the PDC is confirmed 930.
Answer above 5,500 and nav Zulu 21 for Skyways for
So today, Skyfriend, we have not in the Nebo intersection in our flight plan. Yes, Mike Lima Foxtrot and then Foxtrot Roman November to Yankee at 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet, sir. I will send the waypoint via PDC, sir.
Clear plan on when to JetBlue 612.
Alexander, moving forward, Michael Vick, ready for departure. Clear for takeoff, runway 8. Wait, Michael Beck.
Skyways 4041, reception on localizer F21. Please land runway 21, Skyways 40.
Proceed direct Bozeman VOR for November 55829er, and I'll advise I'm looking into that right now.
To parking via Alpha will remain on frequency. JetBlue 6 Alpha, have a good day, bye.
Changing to advisory for Dex 3702. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Skyway 4041, vacated to 21. Parking and remain on frequency. Thanks for your help today.
Salt Lake City Center, November 4877 Papa, at the ramp at Great Falls. Request taxi for VFR departure to the east over to Billings, King Air 350, negative flight following.
Salt Lake Center, hello, American 2216, flight level 288, climbing for flight level 330.
Taxi runway 21 via Alpha, 4877 Papa.
Salt Lake, good afternoon, American 60 Papa Heavy, flight level 410.
Could you say again the descent altitude and number 559? Maintain 12,000, and let me get back to you in 1 minute on that.
Salt Lake Center Caravan 247 Juliet Papa IFR to Lima Whiskey Sierra.
Salt Lake Center number 559 or any ILS will do.
Salt Lake Center, Walker 1400, flight level 350 for flight level 380.
Say again for number 559. Copy that. Let's see again for 12 approach, number 559.
Skyways 4041, Whiskey Venture. Have a good day.
Walker 1400, flight level 360 for flight level 380.
Yeah, no, that meant to be 10,000 feet for 7 Juliet Papa. Yep, that'll work, 7 Juliet Papa. Alright, 247 Juliet Papa is clear to Lewiston via runway heading, radar vectors, Darnley, then direct, climb maintain 12,000, and then 6205 in the squawk for 7 Juliet Papa.
Salt Lake Center, November 4877 Papa, ready at Great Falls, runway 21. Clear for takeoff, runway 21, Great Falls, 4877 Papa.
Cross Bozeman at or below 8,400 and clear for the approach. 5529. At or above 8,400. Sorry about that. Remember 5529.
Salt Lake Center, good day, Delta 1095 underground at Salt Lake City. Request pushback onto taxiway Golf with Bravo. Push approved, Delta 1095.
Overdue advisory for Alaska 2786. So long.
Please say again, Fox gets under to that.
Salt Lake Center, hello, Delta 1422 is at flight level 350.
Center 30 descendant in arrival and expect the LS approach on it for height. Between 348 approach.
And Salt Lake Center, Delta 1095 is ready for taxi, runway 34 right with Bravo. Golf Hotel for Delta 1095. Sorry, we were supposed to push back onto Golf. I don't know what JSX did there.
Salt Lake City Center, good afternoon, United 1527 with Bravo, ready for taxi.
Free change approved, the 2936, yep.
Right approach after Queen approach, after half before Queen approach, let's get right to 30. Skefren to 30, let's runway 3 for right, Queen approach. Queen approach and then ILS 3 for right Salt Lake City, Skefren to 30.